ice skaters dive.
I'll give the game away to the entire YouTube world. Why? I'll destroy absolutely everybody. I say things that I know are true and I agree with, but I say it.
Your biggest problem for wasting time isn't actually what you think it is. You might think it's because you're not doing enough work. You might think it's because you're not trying hard enough. But what if I told you it was neither of those things? I used to think that I just wasn't good at concentrating and that I wasn't good at doing hard, deep work. And so the thing is, my teachers would always reinforce this, right? And so as I went from teacher to teacher, class to class, they'd always keep on telling me that I wasn't good at focusing, that I wasn't good at concentration. And so I kind of just started to believe that this was natural, that I just naturally wasn't good, that I naturally wasn't born with being good at concentration, with being good at doing deep work. But the thing I didn't realize at the time was that it was something completely different than that, something totally different that was holding me back. After long days of school, I'd always get back home and I'd do one of two things: play video games or watch YouTube. And so I think the reason that I did this was because I really enjoyed the fact that I could escape reality for a bit, the fact that I could go into a video game and be whoever that I wanted to be. But slowly I started to care more and more about video games and less about school. I actually started to find friends who played the same games that I did. And so instead of studying, we'd sit around all day and play video games. And so as I became more and more addicted, it started to become all that I could think about was playing the video games. And so I'd constantly think about how to improve, and I'd discuss different strategies with my friends. I literally remember when me and my friends would be playing Rocket League, and since I was one of the most experienced players, we'd get to school and we'd discuss different tactics, and I would show them different strategies that we could use in order to win. I was literally watching YouTube videos on how to get better in these games, and when I got to school, it was literally all that I would talk about. And so this became a vicious cycle. The more that I wanted to get better, the more my friends would notice and reinforce that behavior. And so as a result, we were all hooked, and I got sucked deeper and deeper into the trap. But then everything changed. The world was literally shutting down. People were panicking because a new virus was spreading across the entire world. And so our school shut down from COVID, and there I was, sitting in my house. And I remember the day that they said that we'd have no more school, and to me it was the best thing that ever happened. No longer did I need to go to school and actually study or try, because I could just cheat on my friends' work and have them send me all of the classwork. No longer did I need to go to school and socialize or go out and socialize, because I could just sit inside home all day with an excuse not to go outside. I remember waking up every single morning, going to the kitchen and grabbing some sort of sugary cereal, and then playing video games for the entire day, every single day. And to be honest, most days I wouldn't even show up to class. And so the days started passing, then weeks, then months. My weight was starting to go up and my energy was going down even lower. I slowly started to get disgusted by myself, by who I was becoming. And I asked myself, is this really who I was? Is this really what I wanted to do? And so these questions kept coming up in my head, but I didn't bother to answer them. And it wasn't until one day when I was in my room, on my bed, watching YouTube videos. I was scrolling in the YouTube feed and was looking for a video to watch. And I remember scrolling and seeing some really ripped guy with a six-pack. And I was pretty fat at the time, like 210 pounds. So naturally, I was interested. And so this video was the first ever video that I'd ever watched that was about improving myself. And so naturally, it became the starting point of my journey. And here's one of the most important things that I'd learned. In order to get more out of life, you need to do less. Yeah, you heard that right. In order to do more, you need to cut out the distractions. You need to cut out the things that are taking away your time and energy. Most people in 2024 have their minds full of random, irrelevant information. And so as a result, we're drowning in constant stimulation. There's an overwhelming amount of information, different video games, different TV shows, different YouTube channels. There's so much. And as a result, it becomes incredibly easy to get lost in things that don't actually matter. Think about this. Before the telegraph was invented, news could only move as fast as a train could move because the trains would carry the newspapers. They focused on what actually mattered in their local environments. But after the invention of the telegraph, news could travel instantly across the entire country. And so this caused a shift to move from relevant information to entertainment. And so today the problem has grown out of control. News channels thrive on sensational stories, but not on valuable information. The same applies to video games and social media. Games like Fortnite or Call of Duty are meticulously designed to hook you in, and they use the same reward systems as casinos do to create addiction. Dopamine within your body surges within every win or victory, even though it's not even real success. Social media, not much better. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram literally keep you scrolling endlessly. And so if you don't learn how to use these platforms right, they're going to keep you hooked and they're going to keep you from learning how to grow. The noise of irrelevant information and digital distractions literally fills our minds, leaving us with little to no space for what truly matters. Things like growth, important relationships, or meaningful work. And I've been there too. Video games and YouTube consumed my entire life, filling my brain with distractions and keeping me from reaching my goals. And before we dive deep into these steps on how to boost productivity, there's something critical that you need to understand. We first need to fix our dopamine baseline. You've likely overloaded your brain with quick dopamine hits like video games, social media, and constant entertainment. That's why the thought of anything less stimulating, like working on your goals, feels dull and unbearable. It's not that you're lazy, it's that your brain has been trained to seek out instant gratification. The problem is that this overload actually makes you less satisfied with life and less able to focus on meaningful tasks. Resetting the baseline is key, but it takes time. Some YouTubers like to call this a dopamine detox, where you limit or remove all of the high stimulating activities, like gaming, mindless scrolling, or junk food for a certain period of time. This allows your brain to recalibrate so that you can find more satisfaction in the slower, more productive tasks. Without resetting your baseline, you're going to struggle with the steps that I'm about to share, because your brain will still be addicted to the instant dopamine rush of distractions. Once your brain starts to heal from overstimulation, that's when these steps will have their full effect. And this is what worked best for me. Step 1, meditate 10 to 20 minutes before starting any work. Before I script, record, or edit any of my videos, I always make sure to meditate for 10 to 20 minutes. I found that this helps to calm my mind and helps to get me in the mindset of focus mode. Meditation will literally clear your thoughts and put you in the right mindset to do deep, focused work. Number 2, turn off phone notifications and remove your phone from your workspace. Before I do any sort of work that I actually want to focus on, I turn off all of my phone notifications and put it in a separate room. So my phone literally has 0 notifications on. The only time it'll vibrate is when someone is calling me. But other than that, I have no bing bing and I have no ringtone or anything like that. So this means even when I'm outside enjoying the world or exploring the world, I don't get distracted by a random text notification that I get on my phone. Now, when I do deep work, I don't even have my phone in the same room, because I found that even if I don't have notifications on, I'll still feel the urge to go and use my phone. And so I put it in a completely separate room when I do my deep work. So even having your phone nearby can lower your focus even if you're not using it. And so removing this distraction helped my productivity almost double. If you want to increase your focus, keep your phone out of sight and out of reach. Number 3, creating a dedicated workplace like this. I set up a quiet, organized area where I only do work. And so once I sit down at this desk, my brain shifts into work mode automatically. And it's super important for you to separate your work environment from your relaxation environment. This physical separation helps your mind stay locked in on what actually matters. Number 4, block out specific time for your deep work. So I've been scheduling my work into time blocks where I'd literally be doing nothing but focusing on the work. And so when you create specific time windows for your deep work, you literally train your brain to settle into a deep work state faster. Number 5, caffeine. Right before I work, I drink 2 cups of coffee. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel more tired, and it sharpens your focus and alertness. It's a very simple but effective way to boost your mental clarity before important tasks. Number 6, Taking cold showers. Cold showers have been proven to boost norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that heightens focus, alertness, and attention. Cold showers also improve circulation, activate your nervous system, and lower stress, making them a great tool for mental sharpness. And so I take a cold shower every morning and every night to increase my focus. By incorporating these methods, you can begin to cut through the distractions and to start improving your focus today. If you're serious about breaking free from video games, social media, and mindless distractions that are holding you back, follow these steps. The more you do, the more you'll find satisfaction in the simple things. Simple things like reading, meditating, spending time with loved ones, and working on things that actually matter to you. Don't let these distractions steal your life. Start taking control today. If you've made it this far, you're ready for change. You've already taken a huge step by watching this entire video. A step away from the distractions and towards the life that you want to live. My mission is simple: to help you break free from video games, social media, and all the distractions that have taken thousands of hours out of your life. The distractions that are keeping you from reaching your potential. The distractions that are keeping you from living the life that you want. And so it's time to get your life back. If you're ready to quit distractions, to live a life of focus and purpose, scroll down right now and subscribe to my channel. Together, we'll make sure that your future isn't spent staring at a screen, but making the most of our lives and living in the real world. Thanks for watching, and remember, you deserve the consequences of your actions.